Konnichiwa! I'm withJAZZ and you're watching The DAKshow. Welcome to episode 6. There's never a dull moment in the life of a cannabis law reformist. In the last 6 months, I've travelled to Timaru 3 times and Rotorua for court support protests. Spent a week outside Auckland District Court in support of Dr. Green. Spent J Day at Albert Park signing up activists to help us change the law. Not to mention, it's election year this year. It never ends. And it never will until cannabis is finally legal. Let's take a look at the events coming in the next few weeks. Court support protests were held for Morris Didham today in Dunedin. The 72-year-old pensioner was accused of a $250,000 drug operation for growing some small cannabis plants under a 250-watt light bulb in his bathroom. The charges were taken to the High Court and police were seeking a lengthy imprisonment. 420 public protests were also held nationwide today in support for Morris. At the Dactory, we'll be having a little get-together here on the 17th in protest of this ridiculous drug war that has lasted longer than both world wars put together and is currently holding captive 700 prisoners of war. The taxpayer pays $250 per day per inmate for cannabis criminals. 700 prisoners, $250 per day per inmate? That's $63,875,000 a year. I know, right? I did the calculation 3 times and I still can't believe it. It's time to end this drug war.
Enough with this phony war on drugs!
I'll be here on the 17th, decked out in camo and war paint, trying to do just that. So come along and sign up as a activist. I know that there are over 400,000 cannabis users in Aotearoa. Now's the time to stand up. Now's the time to speak out. Sign up as a activist and join our foot soldiers on the front line. Enroll to vote, and when you vote, be sure to tick the leaf. A vote for ALCP is a vote for change. So we are here on the couch with Jazz. Today on the couch we have the candidate for the Te Tai Tokerau by-elections, Maki Herbert. And a long-time regular here at the Dactory, Dr. Siffin.
Hello, thank you, Jazz.
So you've just been asked to be the candidate for the Te Tai Tokerau by-elections. What does that involve?
Basically being the front person for the party, putting our policies out to the community, making aware of the issues that we're going to be platforming.
Where is Te Tai Tokerau? Where is that from? Auckland North?
From West Auckland to the top of the North Island. Make sure you are enrolled. Here we are, this is the enrolment form. Get on there. You don't have to be Māori to go onto the Māori roll. This box down here on the form is exactly what you want to be doing. This is the #1 thing that you must do right now, is do your enrolment form, and then when the by-election is here, the 25th of June, make sure your vote counts.
So why is it important that we legalise cannabis in New Zealand?
Not only just for recreational, meditational, spiritual, but for medicinal purposes. There are so many people here in Aotearoa that suffer, and the prescription drugs that they get have so many side effects that a lot of them don't take their medication, and so they revert taking cannabis, whether it be smoking or using it in food.
Here to talk a little bit more about medicinal use of cannabis, we've got Dr. Siffin on the couch. Siffin, how
Hello,
are you?
good, thank you, Jazz.
So Dr. Siffin, why is it that you use cannabis?
It was recreational at first, but I developed bipolar, it gets me quite bad, and I need cannabis to make me feel better. It's about being responsible and using your medication correctly. It's not fair that, I have to fear getting locked up for something that helps me, why? Just let me have my medicine, just like everybody else that needs it.
And that's why it is important to legalise. Once we legalise, we can regulate and educate so that everyone knows what do they do, how much is too much, and how they can help themselves. Thank you guys today for sitting on the couch and talking to me this evening.
What do we got, partner?
Empty alcohol containers, the driver is inebriated and covered in blood. He's got scratches on his face and arms. There's a blood-soaked corpse in the back seat. He's got shovels in there. And a hand-drawn map titled, "This is where we'll hide the body."
Well, that all seems fine. Sorry to bother you, sir.
down the pot! You're under arrest, dirtbag!
Oh, come on!
This is Gary, who's running for the Mana electorate.
In order to make your voice heard, you have to vote. In order to vote, you have to be enrolled. Make sure you're enrolled to vote for the general elections coming up. This is Maki Herbert. She's going to be the electorate candidate for the ALCP for the upcoming Te Tai Tokerau by-election.
By-election means that you need to get onto the Māori roll. You do not have to be Māori to get on the Māori roll. So get there, enrol now on the Māori roll. We can't change the law without you. Tick the leaf.
Enroll to vote now.
Now, your vote counts. If you don't vote, you won't change the law.
That's all from me. Cheers for tuning in. If you're not enrolled to vote, make sure you pick up one of these, fill it out, get enrolled, because if you are not enrolled, you cannot vote. And if you can't vote, then you cannot change the current cannabis laws that need to be changed.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and a 6, and a 7. Oh, a bag of weed, a bag of weed. Oh, everything is better with a bag of weed. You're a happy guy when you plant the seed, because everything is better with a bag of weed. Oh, everything is better with a bag of weed.
So have a good night, have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you all again soon.
After more than 2.5 years, it's time to close. And the interest by the authorities in what we've been doing following my conviction at trial puts too many of our volunteers at risk.
Here today we are witnessing the end of the Dactory Mark II, the last day of the dispensary. Today we are closing down all the illegal operations today at the Dactory, and we are focusing on changing the law so that when we reopen, this is all legal.